It all started in some year, I'm sure. Tensions were rising in Europe, but come on, tensions are pretty much always rising in Europe. Germany had taken some French land, and France was like, hey, give me my land back. And Germany was all like, nah. But neither side actually did anything to resolve this, so they just kind of continued sitting in angry silence. Meanwhile, Austria-Hungary, which will be referred to as just Austria for the rest of the video, because 2 names is too many, was content not having war because their Archduke was still alive, and is now on his way to a friendly parade in Sarajevo. I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong while he's oh god. Oh, he's been shot. Oh. Oh no. So then all the Austrians were like, who could have done this to my main man, Franz Ferdinand? And other Austrians were like, almost definitely Serbia. So they rushed over to ask the entire country of Serbia where they were on the day of the 28th. Help us investigate the death of our Archduke. No. Then it shall be war. I'll help you fight Serbia. Serbia, one small country now fighting 2 much larger countries, decides they need help if they're to win. So they call upon their friendly ally of Russia, which is a very large country. The Central Powers, that's what Austrian friends were called, responded by attacking Russia, so then France is all like, hey, stop that, and then joins the war. This confuses the Central Powers greatly, and they attack Belgium for next to no reason, and Great Britain is all, stop right there, criminal scum! And then they join the war. Who's ready for some dank trench warfare? Everybody loves trench warfare, is what I would say if everyone didn't hate trench warfare. Are you about to engage in a friendly firefight? Dig a hole. Dig a hole and stay for many days at a time, and don't you dare think about leaving. Trench warfare pretty much set both sides into a permanent checkmate. Oh, you're trying to advance? You fool! They're full of holes due to the never-ending gunfire. Oh, you're trying to fall back? You fool! They're gonna make your side lose a war, and we can't have that now, can we? Oh, you're just gonna sit in your trench? You fool! They're gonna die of some health problem, because living in trenches is, who would have guessed, very bad for your health. But, seeing as you don't really have a choice, just stay in the trench and hope to not die. Back in America, President Wilson was hard set on making sure that the war in Europe wouldn't tear his country apart. That approach seemed less possible after Germany decided to trample right through the neutral country of Belgium in order to get at France. At this point, the entire country was broken into 3 groups. The interventionists, who wanted to go join the war, the internationalists, who wanted to help our allies in the war without joining it, and the isolationists, who wanted to cut all ties with any given country and float out into sea. This was a tough decision for Wilson because no matter which option he picked, someone would get angry. Germany, dedicated to angering as many people as they can, decided to sink the Lusitania, a ship that happened to contain some American citizens. Wilson was all like, hey, don't sink our ships, that's rude. And Germany was all like, alright, I won't sink your ships anymore, and they went right back to sinking their ships. Germany called up Mexico on the telegraph and was all like, yo, declare war on the US. But Germany had actually been talking to Britain, not Mexico, and hearing of this planned attack, the Americans joined the war. Now, over in Europe, Germany was kind of a force to be reckoned with, until the Americans showed up and were all like, there are more of us now. The Germans then got tired and went home, and thusly the Great German Offensive ended. The rest of the war just kind of went like this. And thusly, in 1918, the Central Powers decided to surrender. Now, I know you're probably thinking, wow, that didn't answer any of the questions I had after the last animation. And you're right, it didn't. In fact, you probably have more questions like, what did they do with the Central Powers? How are the Allies going to try and avoid another world war? Why didn't I mention Italy at all throughout this entire video, despite Italy having a neat little role in the war? Those are all great questions that I won't answer. Alright, bye.